When we approached the target, coming down from altitude, it was obvious that they could pick us up on their radar. I remember my knees shaking, and I was saying, holy smokes, I'm going into war. This is war. I was a bit scared. Once we went in and they started firing at us, the fear went away. Everything became smooth, deathly quiet in the cockpit. It was sort of like a symphony in the sense that my plane was just like a ballet in the sky, and I was just performing what I was doing. And then I got hit.
There was no way we could avoid telling this story. We'd famously said after Civil War, no more wars, and then got sucked in inexorably to the film The War on the Second World War. By the time we were finishing that, we knew that we were in some ways obligated to jump into Vietnam.
Ken turned to me and said, okay, I think we could really try to do Vietnam now. And I said, well, I'm in. I've been in since day one. I've always wanted to do this story, so that's no problem. There's been a lot done about this subject. Books, documentaries, feature films, novels. I mean, it's not like no one's ever tried. But it remains this kind of unfinished business in American history. In order to move on as a country at all, we have to really understand what happened. And we've never done that with Vietnam.
So it's time now. The decades have passed. We've always felt that in any kind of historical presentation, you've got to have 25 or 30 years perspective, the kind of triangulation that can take place from that passage of time.
I just stayed awake last night thinking about this thing. The more I think of it, I don't know what in the hell. It looks like me, we're getting into another Korea. It just worries the hell out of me. I don't see what we can ever hope to get out of there with once we're committed. I don't think it's worth fighting for, and I don't think we can get out. It's damned easy to get in war, but it's going to be awfully hard to ever extricate yourself.
In many ways, the Vietnam War was our second civil war, ripping the country apart in ways that hadn't taken place since the Civil War. And it's important now to go back and try to understand it.
We've tried to take a look at this from every side. So within the American experience, there's people who fought in the war. There's people who fought against the war. There was a tremendous conflict within the United States about the war. And then within Vietnam, there's the winning side. There's the losing side. They were our enemy and our ally. There's just so many different perspectives. We tried to bring them all together.
Just hope you can stay alive from day to day. Most everybody just wants to go back home and go to school. That's about it.
You lost any friends?
Quite a few. We lost one the other day, good buddy of mine. The whole thing stinks, really.
This film is not an answer, but a set of questions about what happened.